You ever have that gut feeling that something still isn't quite right, even when everything looks like it should? Welcome to Straight Up Dog Talk, the podcast helping burned out pet parents who feel stuck with their pup finally let go of the guilt, learn to communicate, and build the bond you've always dreamed of through a partnership based approach that combines training, nutrition, and enrichment instead of chasing the quick fixes that don't actually work. Hi, I'm Em, and in this episode, you'll learn why I decided to change the name of the podcast, even though I love straight up dog talk, what the dog who asked for more really means, and how it ties into your story too, and what's coming next, and why this next chapter matters even more than ever. Starting today, every episode, whether it's just me or I'm joined by a guest, will include a new segment called Answering the Ask. It will be a story, a reflection, or a real life experience where a dog's behavior wasn't just behavior. It was an ask, a message, a need we hadn't fully heard yet. Because dogs are always communicating. The question is, are we actually listening? This segment is a reminder to slow down, to notice what our dogs might be asking for through their behavior, their body language, and their general needs. Sometimes quietly, sometimes loudly, but always, always asking. Because when we learn to listen differently, we show up differently. And that changes everything. So today, I want to share a moment that inspired the new name and the new direction. This week's story is about Fitz. And honestly, it's about me too. Learning how to care for Fitz wasn't a single moment. It wasn't one breakthrough. It was a long, messy, humbling journey. Years of trial and error, of training and unlearning, of chasing the life I thought we were supposed to have, and slowly realizing that it wasn't built for him. At first, I thought we just needed to try harder. Longer walks, more fetch, more exposure, more discipline. But he was still barking. He was still reactive. He was still spinning out and shutting down. And eventually, I realized he wasn't failing me. He was asking for more clarity, more trust, more options, more rest. That realization changed everything. We started saying no to things that didn't serve him. Dog parks, unpredictable walks, forced socialization with strangers in chaotic spaces, and I stopped pushing him into environments that overwhelmed him and started building routines that made him feel safe. The game changer? Learning that training alone wasn't enough. We needed enrichment, nutrition, and play combined with training, not just as extra credit, but as essentials. We replaced hours of fetch with mental outlets, scent work, problem solving, and rest. I taught him how to regulate instead of overstimulate. We built a life that supported his version of thriving, not the one I had imagined or seen posted all over social media. And you know what? It worked. He changed and I changed because finally I understood what the ask was. That's what this show has always been about and why the name feels like home. So let's talk about it. Why the name change? If you've been here since the beginning, you know that this show started from my own desperation to find answers no one else seemed to have. Straight Up Dog Talk was my way of cutting through the noise and creating a safe space where nothing was off limits. But after 100 plus episodes, something kept pulling at me. I want this show to reflect the real heart of our dog journey, the dog or dogs who ask for more, and the humans who finally learn how to listen to them. The phrase became a compass. It started showing up in captions, in the way I coach and talk and reflect. And I realized it's not just Fitz's story. It's your story too. It's for every person who's ever said things like, I feel like I've tried everything and nothing's working. I'm scared I'm failing my dog. I love my dog, but I am so tired. I don't want a quick fix. I want real connection. This show has always been for those people. It's for the special few of us who have dogs that need more. And now the show name reflects that too. All right, we're going to wrap up with a little homework for humans. A simple, doable action that you can take this week to support the dog in front of you. This week's homework. Write down a moment where your dog asked you for more. Not more training, not more fixing, but more understanding, more choice, more of you showing up differently. Write it down, revisit it, let it guide you. And if you want to chat about it, you can always message me on Instagram at m_loves_dogs. These are the moments where connection starts, and I'd love to hear how you find a new moment of connection with your dog. So here's what I hope you walk away with today. This isn't just a name change. It is a mission shift, a deeper reflection of what we're building here. Judgment-free, whole dog support that's built on listening, partnership, and being open to what our dogs are really telling us. We are all learning how to hear them. This podcast is where you and I can do that work together. The official rebrand rolls out with episode 117 on November 3rd. We'll be celebrating 12 years with Toby, my original big feeling rescue, and talk about how rescue doesn't just save dogs, it transforms us too, if we let it. It's going to be a special one, so make sure you mark your calendar. I want you to know that there will be a few episodes that were recorded prior to the rollouts and change. So if some of the new segments are missing, don't worry, it's just because they were recorded before I finalized details. Don't hesitate to reach out and ask questions. As a final note, I want you to remember this. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not alone. You are just being asked for more. And that is where the magic happens. So remember, be kind, spread joy, and don't forget that you don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be willing to listen. If you've been feeling like no one really understands what you're going through with your dog, it can feel really isolating and heavy, carrying all that weight by yourself day after day. That's why I created a free community, a safe space where you can share the hard stuff, get support, and be surrounded by people who truly get it. You'll find the link in the show notes below. Thank you for listening to Straight Up Dog Talk. Remember, new episodes drop every Monday and Wednesday. I'll see you next time.